Yesterday, when we looked through the cheat sheet, we were just coming down to price action like this inside the crypto market. We thought because of the cheat sheet, with the improvement of junk bonds, oil, and copper, that we could actually see a technical rebound. That has transpired. This is why it's important to validate what could happen inside markets by having an independent view on the markets through the cheat sheet. And how has Ethereum gone? Ethereum's just going the way of Bitcoin's gravitational pull. You can see it occurring in there. What about BNB, Binance Coin? The same. What about Solana? Doing really well. XRP also doing well. Doge also doing well, ADA doing well, and the entire crypto market just rocking it. This is why it's so important to get your X-ray vision inside financial markets. You can do so by downloading the cheat sheet absolutely free. The links are in the description of this video. It's hard to believe that just yesterday there were some pretty seriously bad songs playing in the crypto market, but we've seen some fantastic positive price action. I'd just like to thank everybody for their awesome comments in yesterday's video, and also the awesome comments in all of the videos is just wonderful. If you're new to the community, please subscribe. We'd love to have you here. Inside financial markets, the markets are always moving in a wave-like fashion. Prices going up and down all over the place. But getting rid of the stress is really important. You do not want to have stress in your life, especially from financial markets. By doing the cheat sheet, we can get an understanding if things are starting to turn around from either direction, starting to turn around to the positive side or a retracement. Both are fine. We just deal with the facts. There are also a lot of different laws that play out inside the crypto market and inside the stock market. It's very important that you become aware of them. But perhaps the most important thing is actually the cheat sheet, and we'll go through that today. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has done really well, up nearly 5%, but the standout is Solana, well done, and Doge is doing pretty damn well as well. Just something interesting to keep your eye on. AI is coming up, and Rune got badly hit in yesterday's price action, but it's doing really well at the current time. And when we look at the greatest losers, we can see there aren't that many. Just Monero, Tron, USDC, and DAI, two stable coins. In the counting of the US election results, we can see the crypto market is looking pretty good overall. Just be aware, price is always moving in a wave. It's also a pretty good idea to keep your eyes on lower bank plays and upper bank plays. Yesterday, when Rune was selling off, I bought into Rune and made a 5 and a 10% return. Even if price is going negative, you can still make money. Just be aware of this. And we can see the TIA is just starting to recover and Doge is just going nuts at the current time. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, if Bitcoin came up, we would expect that Doge would follow suit, and that's exactly what it's done. By understanding the cheat sheet and knowing your structural levels inside Bitcoin and Total, and also inside the service, it can throw an incredible insight into where you can pick up opportunities in other sectors. In the ETH ecosystem, SHIB and WorldCoin are doing really well. RWA True is going for it. Ape and Gala in gaming are top bank. Bonk and Whiff inside Solana. Inside the service, Doge is doing really well. AI and big data, you're seeing some really good uptake here. And it's understandable because it's been hit recently. Inside the memes, Doge and SHIB are going for it. Distributed computing and file storage, Teo and Theta are looking pretty damn good. On the wallet side of the equation, SXP and LRC are doing really well. In terms of DeFi, Uni and Aave are upper bank. Teo and Deepin is upper bank. Sui upper bank in Binance Labs. Woo in centralized exchanges and FTT as well. Inside DEXs, Uni and Chup are going for it. Inside the Bitcoin ecosystem, BB and STX are doing well. You might remember that OP was lower bank in yesterday's price action. Now it's upper bank. How things can turn around inside the crypto space. Literally, Rule 4 plays inside the markets every day. What is Rule 4? Price moves in waves. During election time, we expect there to be a lot of volatility both to the upside and also to the downside inside the main markets. And in yesterday's session, the VIX came down hard, which rallied Bitcoin. But you can see that retracement on the VIX caused weakness inside the crypto market. And what are we seeing here? Oil has been hit, and look at the dollar. Wow, it just shot up, as have yields. All markets are intercorrelated and interconnected. You can see the NASDAQ and you can see Bitcoin, which is the blue line. A lot of people think there's a difference between the stock market and the crypto market. There is no difference. Basically, people put money into something that they think will go up. That's it. It's as simple as that. Your mindset is a very big determinant of how profitable you will be, as well as your strategy. When we look at the main markets went nuts. It was very, very green. And of course, when it goes green, what do people do? Well, they buy on the green and they sell on the red, unfortunately. What we do as a community is the exact opposite. We love to scale in when things are going red, and we love to scale out when they go green. In a little over a day, the FOMC meeting will occur, and it's widely accepted that 96.4% probability of a 25 basis point decrease in the federal funds rate. Typically, that should decrease the dollar, it should decrease the US 2, the US 10, and drive gold up and drive Bitcoin up. But what is happening at the current time? We've seen that the DXY is actually rallying. Yields are rallying and bond prices are sinking. Typically, people get caught on the wrong side of the trade all the time. That's why we must look at the cheat sheet, so let's go for it. Inside row 1 of the cheat sheet, it's all about risk on or risk off, and we can see that when the row 1 comes down, that's really good for the markets, especially the VIX coming down. It will rally the stock market and also the crypto market. Now, the interesting thing is that sometimes the VIX doesn't agree with the DXY, and in turn, the DXY doesn't agree with yields. You have to be aware of these issues. One thing that we can see, the US 10-year and the US 2-year are coming up and the DXY is coming up. So we're getting confluence through these three charts. And of course, dollar yen confirms DXY. What's really apparent right now is that the VIX is driving the markets. But is the DXY starting to throw a warning signal across markets that we could get a wave down? As price always moves in a wave, I'm anticipating some form of retracement, and that's not a bad thing at all. The funny thing is, in financial markets, everybody wants to buy at the top and unfortunately sell at the bottom, but no one will admit it, but that's the truth. In everything else we do in life, if you're going for your favorite phone, you're not going to buy it when it's 20% more expensive. You're going to buy it when it's 20% less expensive. You're going to find the sale price. And that's exactly what we do as professionals. You can note that even though the VIX is coming down, the dollar is coming up, dollar yen is coming up, 10-year coming up, 2-year coming up, and oil coming up. This is actually going to place pressure on a retracement, so we need to look at row 2. From yesterday, we saw junk bonds coming down and just recovering, and this put a bit of positive momentum inside the market, and that's continuing on at the current time. But we do notice the euro dollar and the Aussie dollar is getting weaker. This is because the DXY has been spiking up. One thing to just bear in mind, even though gold is going up at the current time, silver is coming down because commodities get hit by DXY strength and yield strength as well. And we can see copper is not looking too crash hot. So if we got a bit of a pullback and a retracement here, that would be absolutely fine. In summary, row 2 is showing a little bit of positive momentum. Just think about the VIX and junk bonds inverting each other, but also the DXY has been spiking up and the euro dollar has been spiking down, as well as the Aussie dollar. So we're seeing a bit of negative price momentum emerging. Just get prepared for a wave down. The way that we look at the VIX and the junk bonds just running at the same time is through the futures of the major indices. And we can see a bit of a curl back at the current time, but that's pretty cool because we've seen such a big upsurge. Remember, price is always moving in a wave. It's always up and down and up and down. This is the way it goes. And we can see, look at China. Hang Seng, it got hit. And that showed up in copper. So far, the major indices inside row 3 are looking pretty good, and we can understand that because of junk bonds. But it's important to look at the futures, and the Russell 2000 is looking like it's in recovery mode. If we get a bit of a pullback, that actually creates a unique buying opportunity. But coming into the election period and also the FOMC meeting, expect volatility. It's going to be out there. Row 4 is the individual stocks of the stock market. Apple is looking good, Tesla is looking good, Microsoft and also Nvidia. It did follow that what we thought would happen with junk bonds. We look inside the crypto market to determine if risk on or risk off is the current play, and we've seen pretty much risk on. But we also know that when we look into MicroStrategy, this is showing a little bit of weakness and a potential retracement in junk bonds and also a potential just minor rally in the VIX, and this is to be expected at this time. We can also see that Ethereum is doing quite well. It takes a little while to get into synchronization with the markets, but when you do, you just look at any retracements or pullbacks as an ideal opportunity to get in at a discounted price. And hey, everybody loves a sale. When we go into row 6, Litecoin doing well, Bitcoin Cash doing better, Binance Coin also doing well, and Ethereum Classic doing well, all positive. Now looking deeper and deeper into the crypto market, row 7, we can see ADA following Bitcoin's gravitational alignment. Solana is as well. Doge doing really well. Well done, Doge. And we know it had so much overhead structural resistance. But as we said yesterday, if Bitcoin is coming up, Doge will follow. And you can see it followed literally to a ping. What about XRP? Also looking good. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. It's really important to see where Bitcoin is going. And when we look at Bitcoin's price history, we can see that upsurge. We saw the potential turnaround in junk bonds and oil and copper, pointing to a bit of a rally, at least in the short term for the crypto market. And that's what's eventuated. But we also know everything is structurally bound. So we need to look at the structural levels, and is there any solid structure up around the 71,400 mark? Ooh la la, tons of it. Now what does this mean? We had a positive CTKS gap and we filled it very rapidly, but we came into all the sellers. Now the sellers have been pushing Bitcoin's price down. With the jump up in the DXY and the 2 and the 10-year yield, that is actually looking pretty tricky for Bitcoin at the current time. We would expect Bitcoin to weaken and crypto to weaken, at least until it finds a level of support, and then it can go for it either direction. But just always bear in mind that price is always moving down, then back up, down, then back up, down, and then back up. You get the idea. Price is always moving in a wave. So what do you need to keep your eye on? For a bullish case to eventuate, we need to get above all of this structural resistance above 71,400, confirm a support, and go for it. If the bears get in control, they'll seek to take out the 69,800 level, retest, and resume downwards. We know that we also have to look at total crypto market cap as well, see how it rallied up, but we need to know what's happening structurally. If we don't know the structural levels, we actually are just guessing. And look at this structural level at around that $2.33 trillion mark. It was heavily hit. We had a lot of structural once support turned into a little bit of resistance, pulled all the shorts in and went through the positive CTKS gap to just get stopped at structure. Now, the fantastic thing is that this one structural resistance is now structural support. So even if the crypto market can't get above 2.33 and it comes back and retraces with DXY and yield strength back to this 2.276 trillion, that's a really good buying opportunity because we should then see a technical bounce to the upside. If the bears get full control, they would seek to push it down around that 2.24 trillion. If the bulls get control, they will want to seek it through this positive CTKS gap, and it could be fireworks. Very, very interesting stuff. Please keep your eyes on total crypto market cap and Bitcoin. They're very important to look at right now. And if we get momentum across that 2.33, wow, we could see fireworks in the crypto market. But just bear in mind that the cheat sheet is actually saying DXY and yield strength, potential of a bit of a pullback. We can consolidate and just push up into that area. Also, have your three-dimensional thinking playing out at all times. Have three different strategies that you apply: an up strategy, a neutral strategy, and a down strategy. The cheat sheet actually favors the down strategy at the current time, just a retracement, as the cheat sheet favored a positive rally scenario yesterday. Welcome to the ocean of financial markets. As you do your trading and investing, always maintain a really positive attitude because the universe wants you to succeed. Therefore, every day you can show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. You're not in competition with other people. You're just in competition with yourself to be the best version of you that you can be. And if you're just learning the ropes, please start small and scale. It's really important. So long as you are dedicated and committed, you will always win in the long term. And just remember, there's no such thing as failure. You either win or learn. And if you never blame, you don't have to go through the lesson a second, third, fourth, and maybe even a fifth time. So the focus on learning is a pretty damn good focus because you'll learn and then you'll win. It's really straightforward. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now. And if you've made it this far, just drop the comment, something to do with awesome, in the comments so I know you made it here because you are awesome.